Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, Glamis. All as the weird women promise. I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said, I should not stand in thy posterity, but myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, an old thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties with the most indissoluble bond are forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which should have been grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll talk tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as 'twill fill up the hour between now and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel fair parricide, filling their hearers with cruel invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Adieu, and hie you to horse. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I commend you to their backs. Farewell. To make society the sweeter welcome, we shall keep ourselves tonight till 7 at night alone. Well then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
My lord, they are without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears and banquils stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and in that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath the wisdom that guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he whose being I do fear. He chid the sisters when first they placed the name of king upon me. He bade them speak for him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan have I murdered. Put rancors in the vessels of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings, rather than so. Come fate, into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and wait there till we call. Was it not yesterday that we last spoke together?
Aye, my lord.
Well then now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in times past who held you so under fortune which you had thought had been our innocent self.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now the point of our second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue you go from men, as hounds, greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curds, choughs, water roughs, and demi-wolves are clept, all by the name of dogs, and so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file not to the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosom, whose execution takes your enemy off.
I am one, my liege, and the vile buffets and blows of this world have so incensed that I am reckless what I may do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance, to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know that Banquo was your enemy.
Aye, my lord.
And so is he mine, and in such bloody distance, and every minute of his being thrust against my nurse of life. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We will, my lord, do as you command.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourself. Acquaint you with the perfect spire, the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. Fleance, his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves. Apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
Abide within. Call upon you straight. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. So close and be herself, while our poor malice remains in danger of a formal tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint and both worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life, fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. No malice, no poison, no fawn levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
Oh, so shall I be, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces visors to the heart, disguising what they are.
You must leave
How
this.
full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
But in them nature's copy's not etern.
But there is comfort yet, for they are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat has flown his cloistered flight, ere too black Hecate summons the shod-born beetle with his drowsy hums, with rungs, nights yawning pale, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, and scarf up the tender hour, pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hands counsel and tear this great bond which keeps me pale. The light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to the prey do rouse. Thou marvelous at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, Go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us? Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust. He delivers our officers what we need to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lated traveller apace to gain thy timely end, as near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses!
Give us some light there, ho!
Then it is he. The rest that are in the note of expectation are in the court already. His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but they does usually, so all men do. From hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
Alike,
'Tis he.
stand to it.
Will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
What? Treachery? Fly, please. Fly! Fly!
Aye. Who did strike out the light?
Was it not the way?
There's but one down, the sun hath fled.
Then we have lost the best half of our affair.
Let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks be to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess will keep her state, but in best times we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See how they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even here. I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth. Anon, we will drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. You see the spatch?
Aye, my good lord, I slit his throat, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. But he is good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art nonpareil.
Leonce, my royal sir, escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, but now I am cabin, crib, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenchant gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed, but no teeth for the present. Get thee gone. We'll hear ourselves again tomorrow.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold, but is not often vouched what 'tis a making. 'Tis given with welcome. To feed we're best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting we're bare without it.
Sweet remembrance. Now, good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Here had we now our country's honored root, were the great person of our Banquo present, whom may I challenge for unkindness, than pity for mischance.
His absence lays blame upon his promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, your lordship. What is it that moves your majesty?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it! Never shake thy going lot in me!
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friend. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will be well again. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, stop. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. All these flaws and starts and postures to true fear would well become a woman's story as a witch's fire authorized by her grandam. Shame itself. Why do who make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there! Behold, look low! How sayest you? Well, what care I? Thou canst not speak to! If charter houses and our graves must send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the moles of kites!
What, quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him!
Fie, for shame!
Blood has been shed here now. In the olden time, a human statue purged the gentle wheel. Aye, since too many murders have been. The time has been when brains were out, the man would die and there an end. But now they rise with 20 mortal murders on their crown and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. For I have an infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, to love and health, and then I'll sit down. Give me some wine, feel full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, would he were here.
Hear, hear.
To him and all we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties in the pledge.
Avaunt with thy sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold! Thou hast no speculation in those eyes without that glare with!
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach thou like a rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros and the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerve shall never tremble, or dare me to the desert with the sword. Hence, horrible shadow and real mockery! Hence! My soul being gone, I am man again. Pray you hold still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be, that overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange, even to the disposition that I owe, for now I think ye can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. The question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
Kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have, by maggot pies and chops and rooks brought forth, the secret is man of blood.
What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I heard it by the way, but I will send. There's not a one of them, but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters, more shall they speak, for now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good all causes shall give way. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning where it's tedious as go off. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, that must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, we'll to sleep. This strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom, you may say if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Man must not walk too late. And who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? And so I say, he has borne all things well, and I do think that had he the sons of Duncan under his key, and I please heaven he shall not, they would learn what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan lives, who this tyrant keeps from his due of birth, lives in the English court. Thither Macduff is gone, to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, all which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperate their king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Send he to Macduff.
He did.
Advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can afford. Some holy angel fly to the court of England, and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice, and once the hedge-pig whined.
Up your cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go. In the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom, sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulp of the ravened salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, finger of birth-strangled babe, just delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, and thereto a tiger's children, for the ingredients of my cauldron.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with the baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
You secret black and midnight hags, what's it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess. Howe'er you come to know it, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, demand.
We'll answer.
Macbeth. 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 Beware, Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution thanks, for it has harped my fear aright. But one word more.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man. For none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make a sure and stubble sure thou, and take a bond of faith that thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder.
Be lion-nettled proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, and where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee, until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet Bodmin's good, where by its dead rise never to the hill of Burnham rise. And there on its high place Macbeth shall live the lease of life, and pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell as much. Will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
No more. Seek.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall on you. Where are they? Gone. Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Fected be the air where they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse came by. Who was it that was on those horses?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, who come to give me word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time. Thou hast anticipated my dread exploits. The firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand, even now, to crown my thoughts with axe. The castle of Macduff I will seize upon Fife, give to the edge of his sword his wife and babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No more boasting like a fool. This I'll do before my purpose school. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife? To leave his babes? His mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My pretty coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and knows best the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. I take my leave. Shall not be long, but I'll come again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb their way up to where they were before. My pretty coz. Oh! Blessing upon you.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I should be such a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah.
Your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you do with a father?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I give, I mean. And so do they.
Poor bird. Thou'dst never fear the net, nor the lime, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father's not dead for all you are saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speaks with all thy wit, and yet in faith, wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
That he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and the swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang of them.
Now God help thee, poor monkey. Oh, how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you were not, it were a good sign I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler. Oh, how thou talkest.
Let's be fair, Dame. I am not to thee known, though in thy state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. But if you would take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To treat you thus, methinks I am too savage, but to do worse were to be fell cruelty, which is too nigh thy person already. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. Oh, but I remember now. I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, and to do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then do I put up that womanly defense to say, I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified with such as thou mightst find him.
He is a traitor.
The liars so shake us run! Ah!
You egg, young...
Yes, good, Mother! Run away, I pray you!
Macduff, come. Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Rather let us hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face that it resounds, as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of Delaware.
What I believe I'll will, what no believe, and what I can redress as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoke may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongue was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. All things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance, even there where I did find my doubts. Why, in that rawness, left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking? I pray you,
Let not my suspicions be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country! Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure, since goodness dare not check thee.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But when I have tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted. When we shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor estate esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust and my desire. All continent impediments would all bear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such an one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold. The time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough. But there cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affection such a staunchless avarice that were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their land, desire his jewels, this other's house, and my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. But do not fear, Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will of your mere own. All these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king becoming graces is justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting it many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland! Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live! O nation miserable! With an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptered, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since that the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed that does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener upon her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatst upon thyself hath banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast! Thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth by many of these trains has sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over credulous haste. But God above deal between thee and me. For even now I put thyself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, that scarcely coveted what was mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seward with 10,000 warlike men already at a point was setting forth. Now we're together. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once is hard to reconcile. See, who comes here?
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, betimes remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stay in Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead men's knell is scarce there asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
Oh, relation, too nice, and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Every minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them last.
Be not a niggard of thy speech. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor afoot of many worthy fellows were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for that I did see the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be comforted. We are coming thither. Gracious England has lent us good Seward and 10,000 men, a older and better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or it is a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. But the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be not be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them of the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
Oh, I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife, babes, savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
Oh, merciful heaven. What, man? Pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all? What, all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff! They were all struck down for thee! Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it!
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes, and brag it with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him, and if he scape, heaven forgive him too!
This too goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking. Let the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, and can perceive no truth in your report. When was it you last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise. And upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, standing close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She is light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
Oh, you see her eyes are open?
Aye, but their sense are shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her, to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's the spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Oh, damn spot. Out, I say! What? 2. Why, then 'tis time to do it. Oh, hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier in the field. What need we fear? Who knows it when none can call a power to account? Oh, yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? Oh, no more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to, you have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not, I am sure of it. Heaven knows what she has known.
There's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there! The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I've known those which have died, who have walked in their sleep, who've died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands! Put on your nightgown! Look not so pale! I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried, he cannot come out on his grave!
Oh, even so!
To bed! They're knocking at the gate! Come! Give me your hand! What's done cannot be undone! To bed! To bed!
she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Oh, look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night.
Good night, good doctor.
My mind she has mated, and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them, for their dear causes would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we meet them. That way they are coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others, that lesser hate him, do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking to his hands. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe on a dwarfish thief.
Well, march we on to where obedience is truly owed.
March we towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports, let them fly all. To Burnham will become the Dunsinane, I cannot think with fear. What this boy, Malcolm, was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, no man of woman born shall e'er have power upon thee. So fly, false thanes, and mingle with thy English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thy cream-faced loon. Where gotst thou that goose look?
There are 10,000
geese, villain.
Soldiers, sir.
Prick thy face, and overread thy fear, thy lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Patch?
The English force will please you.
Get thy face hence. Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say! This push will cheer me ever, or deceive me now. I have lived long enough, my way of life is fallen into the sear. The yellow leaf in that which should accompany old age, as love, honor, obedience, troop of friends I must not look to have. But in their stead, curses, not loud, but deep, mouth, honor, breath, which the pale heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
It's not needed
I'll
yet.
put it on. Send out more horses. Stir the country round. Hang those that speak of fear. Give me mine armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Oh, not so sick, my lord, as she's troubled by thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow? Raise out the troubled writings of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote cleanse the fraught bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon her heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
For physic to the dog, I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on. Seaton, send out. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. What rhubarb, cyme, or what purgative drug could scour the English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane. Till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I pray the time is near at hand. The chambers will be safe.
We doubt it nothing. What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our hosts and make discovery air in report of us.
Shall be done.
We learn nothing more but that the confident tyrant sits still in Dunsinane and will endure our putting down before it.
Is his main hope. Where there is advantage gone, none serve with him, but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
We let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
Hang out the banners on the outward walls! The cry is still they come! Our castle strength will laugh the siege to scorn. Here let them lie till the famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them there for beard to beard and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
Just the cry of women, my lord.
I had almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. And my fall of hair would, at a dismal treatise, rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped, full of horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once stop me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been word. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Now comes to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord. I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand on watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath, if it not be so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say a moving grove.
If thou speakest false upon the next tree, thou shalt hang alive till famine cling thee. If thou speak truth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pall in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies with truth. They are not a Burnham wood come to Dunsinane, and now a wood come toward Dunsinane. Arm and out! If that which is about this does appear, there will be no flying hence or tarrying here. I begin to be weary of the sun, and wish the estate of the whole world were undone. Ring the alarm bell, blow, wind, come rack, and they shall die with harness on our back.
Now, near enough, your leafy screens throw down, and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall, with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we will take upon us what else remains to do according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake, but I cannot fly. But bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that's not of woman born? Such a one am I to fear on none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thy call thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, no more fearful.
Thou liest aboard, tyrant, and with this sword I'll prove the lie thou sayest. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at. Weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by man that's a woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant, show thy face! If thou be a slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheathe again undeeded. There thou shouldst be. By this clatter one of greatest note seems bruited. Fortune, let me find him, and more I beg not!
Why should I play the Roman fool and fall on mine own sword? When I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else have I avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than turns can give thee out!
Thou losest labor, as easy mayst thou with thy intrenching sword as my keen sword impresses make me bleed. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests, for I bear a charmed life and must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my bed upon a man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed that palter with us in a double sense. They keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, or be baited by the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would to come to Dunsinane and thou, opposed being of no woman born. Yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike steel. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold, enough!
Would the friends we miss were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man, the which his prowess no sooner confirmed in the unshrinking station in which he fought, but, like a man, he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, and carried from the field. Your cause of sorrow cannot be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Then God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I could not wish them to a fairer death. And so his knell is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where lies the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire, aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland! We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, and should be planted newly with the time, is calling forth our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who as 'tis thought, with self and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
It will have blood, they say.
Blood will have blood.